Good afternoon. It's 12 o'clock already now. I'm known as Siddharth Sengupta and I happen to be a part of Calcutta Business School. The point is, we are talking about the webinar on 31st of July. It's about the logistics and supply chain scenario, how the same has to be addressed or managed after the pandemic or in the new normal. Whether the pandemic goes away or remains, in the new situation, we have to manage that. And that's what the webinar will address, the panelists will address. The purpose here is not to find out what are the impacts, and to my mind, the impacts, what we see, are more or different than what actually is. So instead of talking about the impacts and waiting for the fog of geopolitical and geoeconomic uncertainty to lift, we are trying to address the issues that can come up during the new normal. Now, opting to wait for the current period to go away and the new, original global system to return, I think it's a stupidity. And it runs the risk of missing crucial windows to address the challenges. The key issues in this area are economy, environment, technology, public health. And in these areas, the stakeholders must find ways to act quickly and with purpose, of course, within an unsettled global landscape, so that to the new challenges, new issues can be addressed, and we can start living in the new normal. The situation will definitely change. It will not go back to the original situation, what we had in pre-pandemic days. It will definitely change, and it is going to be different. And so we have to. That's with this positive note, we are organizing this webinar. Now, while talking about the webinar, I would also like to tell you that the economic downward trend has been there even before the pandemic. And what has happened? This pandemic has only put an acceleration to that, and there have been impacts on the various industries in different sectors in different ways. Some impacts will be over within a short time, like logistics. Impact is very high, but still it will be for a short period. But impact on electronics and automobiles, it will be there for quite some time. And there we have to find out how we are going to address all those issues. Now, the point is, earlier there was the conception, which has now become not what it will be, like low trade barriers, then strong global investments, which were fundamentals for economic growth earlier, are no more. People are looking for local for local. These fundamental economic growth points, like low trade barriers, are fraying as leaders advanced nationalist policies, and we are, again, as I said, it's local for local. And this today's situation, as it is, I told you, it was the economic downturn was there even before the pandemic, and with the pandemic coming in, what has happened? The crisis is much worse than the earlier economic downturn, which had happened in 2008 and 9, the financial crisis that we faced there, right? So while talking about this, I'd like to go about telling you something about the impacts that the different sectors had gone through. Vehicle sales in India fell almost half in March, and there was a 45% decline in the total sales compared to the same period in last year. The passenger vehicles have declined by 51%. The commercial vehicles have crashed by 88%. And the two-wheelers have gone down by 40%. Even the two-wheelers have gone down by 40%. So you can imagine what the impact has been in automobiles. The impact has been very high, pretty high, and the recovery period in this case will be pretty long. Let me tell you that demand for cars is likely to be deferred or dropped given low consumer confidence, subdued economic activity, and lower disposable income. This is what is the status of automobiles in India. Then the financial institutions, there have been some RBI and Government of India has given some stimulus, economic stimulus to tide over the COVID-19 crisis. But to navigate through these unprecedented times, the BFSI needs liquidity, credit risk, well-being of its employees, along with the quality of financial reporting and disclosures. Banks' profitability would be under huge pressure because of reduced offtake of loans and increased delinquencies post the moratorium period. Delinquencies means, non-repayment of the loans, and fall in transaction banking income due to lower cross-border trade. The impact has been pretty high, and it is going to stay for long as well. Now, coming to pharmaceutical industry. Okay, in this case, the impact has been moderate, going by the fact that 70% of the formulations are exported from India, and as per the Indian imports are about 40% of the overall domestic consumption. Okay. So, what has happened is this would see that some of the things that we have been importing from overseas, particularly China, which is almost 70% of its consumption by value, importers are at risk of supply chain disruptions, and there is an impact on that. And there with the supply chain disruptions, there are going to be unexpected price fluctuations. So, for many critical antibiotics and others, dependence from China is close to, I should say, very high. And so there again, due to in order to address that, again the local for local issue has to be looked into properly and worked on that. The impact was, as I told you, it was moderate, and in this case, the recovery period will be short term because the formulations export will be there anyway. But the point is that the import, which we are particularly doing from China, has to be localized or from some other sources. Electronics, the behavior of electronics, the impact in electronics will be always similar to that of automobiles. These are the products which are purchased on surplus, income. Okay. So here also the impact was pretty high. Now we have to understand one thing: China is a major supplier both to the final product as well as the components. Even if a electronic final product is made in India, 80% of the components are imported from China. Earlier it was Europe, Japan, US, Germany, and now, of course, for the last 2 decades, it's China only. And 80% components are from China, and you can understand what the situation we are in today. So, but at the same time, since it is being, these are products which are, which the consumers buy based on surplus income, there has been quite a huge impact on electronics, not only in the consumption pattern, also in the the manufacturing side. So the electronic industry, supply chain disruptions, production reduction, and impact on product prices due to heavy dependence on electronics component from China, this is going to be hit pretty hard. This has been hit pretty hard. Demand for white goods and other high-end consumer durables will remain impaired again as consumers are expected to postpone their purchase because of lower disposable income. Okay, I was just forgetting that word disposable. So, and there are a whole lot of uncertainty over the growth, and the recovery period is going to be pretty long. And the textile is another area which has which accounts to about 15% of country's export earnings. It's about 7% of the industrial output. Due to countrywide lockdown, the production has been disrupted, and major hurdles are in a labor force because it is totally labor-oriented. Textile is pretty labor-oriented, human-intensive item. Import and export of raw materials are finished garments. So the import, as I had told you, that 15% of export earnings are from there. If the export stops, it's quite a huge impact on the textile industry. And being some of the raw materials being imported, the supply chain disruption will has had a quite a big impact on the textile sector. Though the impact was moderate, and of course the recovery period will be pretty short because this is based on discretionary spending expected to remain muted for some time, low for some time, but thereafter it will again come up. So that's what I said. Impact will be moderate, and recovery period will be short. Now, so talking about the webinar to end up, the speakers in this case will tell us what should be the strategy, innovative ways to restore the new near original state, or to define even better state and efficiency in the new normal. That's what we are looking at, and that's what you will all get. Thank you so much for your patient hearing. All the best. God bless all of you.